Good morning all, it's now Tuesday morning. Bit of rain this morning from kind of midnight onwards, something like that. Not too much, thankfully. You can see the ground behind me is not too wet. Just heavy drizzle really. It's just stopped now about 8:30, 9 o'clock-ish. So hopefully within an hour or two we'll be back out spraying again. So Will's going to have a crack at the sprayer today as well. We've got a nice block with decent sized fields just for him to have his first little go at spraying with the Horsch, because the spraying Will's done previously, kind of 5 years ago or something like that. We had a mounted Amazon, and all the pre-em on the maize Will used to do after drilling it. So it'll be the first time him driving the Horsch, well, at least in the field. So he's going to crack on with that, and yeah, we'll see what else we get up to. Ant's got his tanker on. We'll have a look and see just how much rain there was as to whether we'll be moving any liquid. Because yeah, if it's too wet, obviously we won't be spreading anything. Aside from that, Dad thought he might be doing some George Moating today, but it's looking unlikely. But we'll see what the ground conditions are like. And I see Andrew and Will Hammond have got the mobile pressure washer on, so they've got something up their sleeve for what they're planning to do today. So I'll be sure to catch it all. And as always, thank you for watching, and hopefully this video's semi-interesting. So we're just filling up the sprayer to crack on with T3s. PPE provided and worn, I'd like to point out. So they're about to head off spraying in the next half an hour to an hour or so. Harry's just got in. Just said he covered 500 acres yesterday, over 250 kilometers traveled, 18.5-hour day working time, but the actual sprayer was only spraying for 4.5 hours of that, including one washout. So that gives you an idea of where the time can go spraying, but also how much ground you can cover in just 4.5 hours total spraying time. You can cover 500 acres, get a washout in as well. So that kind of highlights the difficulty that we do have as well, with some of our blocks being quite far from each other. Obviously you've got that travel time in between, but as long as you can fill your sprayer up and give it a good load, when you know that your next block has the same mix, it's not as much of a faff just kind of giving yourself half loads and stuff. So that is the benefit of the T3 all being pretty much the same mix. But yeah, that is a highlight of some of the difficulties we face with the ground being so spread out down around here, and obviously the fields being smaller. So we're just up in some of our maize, not to check on how the crop's getting on, but if you can look down some of these footprints, there's 20 or 30 cattle that have been in here since yesterday evening, apparently, which the farmer knew that they've been in here since yesterday evening. Done nothing about it to this point, which is the third time in about 6 weeks that they've got in to this block of ground. So obviously they're having trouble keeping their animals in their fields. It's a bit frustrating. Yeah, quite a lot of damage to the maize, and I think they're in some beet as well, so quite a lot of damage to some beet. And yeah, like I say, when it's the third time it's happened in 6 weeks, it's difficult to keep a cool head about that. So we're just up here just to check on, one, how much damage they have done, and it's quite a bit, and two, getting them out, because it seems like it's more of an urgent job for us than it is for the farmer. If I zoom in there, you see those bullocks there. That is our beet field. So yeah, you can just imagine the damage going on, which is great. The farmer even asked us if he could round them up with a quad bike. You can imagine the answer to that question. That's what we're dealing with. Bloody wonderful. Just trampling everything. So we've been in 5, this is the 6th field so far that they've been trampling through over the last couple of days. See, they're just running around in circles at the moment. And like I say, when it's the 3rd time in 6 weeks, it's extremely frustrating. It's not really what you want after you've gone to all that effort, working the ground, drilling it, getting fertiliser on it. All due to powers out of your control and negligence elsewhere. It's yeah, the less said the better at times, I think. The cows are back out of the fields eventually. Yeah, the farmer says he's going to sort out the gate and get a better padlock, etc, etc. Bit annoying that he didn't do that after the first time or the second time, but yeah, apparently he's sorting out a better gate because all the fencing around the field's fine. They're just getting out the gate apparently. So we'll trust him with that one. We just popped down to the grain store now on our way back through. I'll show you what it was that Andrew had cooking this morning that was his job for the day. So Andrew brought Will Hammond down on a clear up mission. We've obviously got combining coming up back end of July, August. It's just tidying up around the dryer, making everything look a bit tidier. And then from there, this big bin you see behind me gets dragged over the top of the auger there, behind the pressure washer, and feeds the dryer. It's a 40-ton batch dryer, but yeah, in a few months' time we'll see that one in action. So we've got Jordan's here from Small Ridges. Are you going to tell us what you're doing here, Jordan?
Yeah, just catching up on some warranty work today. Yeah, nothing too drastic. Will found that he had a vibration in the cab, so we diagnosed what the problem was. So we'll catch up and do that one today. Doing some operators setup, aren't we, Will?
Yeah.
Making sure everything's all right. Yeah.
So Jordan is the mechanic who last year for our maize harvest, for those of you For those of you that know, we had a complete nightmare with our old forager. It seems to be breaking down either every day or every other day at best, and he was kind of the chap that kept Will sane. He was working ridiculous hours trying to keep us going. So yeah, he's still looking after the new machine, and hopefully this one runs a lot sweeter than the last. So I'm back up at the Swede block from last week. Dad's just a couple fields over. Clarks are here with their big Fastrac, just pulling the sumo, working the ground in front. I'll get the drone up now and fly it over to catch up with what Dad's doing. A couple fields over, so I can't get to him very easily in my cart. So I've got the drone up in the air. Good little shot of the Swede beds from above here. You can see every other gap is a bit wider, so the wider gaps between the beds for the sprayer to be able to drive up, and then the narrower one is to allow a compact tractor and plough to be able to plough the net that goes over the beds in. A couple of you have asked me about that in the comments, so that gives a better insight into it there. I will apologise for any of this drone footage being a little bit fuzzy, because I was a field over with a decent hedgerow in the way, and I think it probably affected the signal I had. But tried to get the best videos I could. In this field, we've got Dad in the 410 pulling the George Moate, and then Clark's John Deere is also in there with the bed former on, working behind. So here we are. This is the bed former working on what the George Moate's already gone over. You can see he's just a couple rows behind. And this machine's then working that powdery ground that the George Moate's left, just to create the perfect bed for the drill to then drill into. The drill tractor you'd have seen in last week's video. This was kind of when I realised that the drone wasn't going to want me to get too close to Dad in this bottom corner with all the trees around him. So I zoomed back out around so you can see both tractors working towards each other. We've got a couple of the neighbouring farms both picking up grass this afternoon as well, so the roads are very busy. I had to park in a little lay-by to be able to send the drone up. See the difference in speed there as well. Dad coming back up over the hill trying to pull that bed tiller. You'll see from my shot shortly, it's nearly pulling a wheelie. It's giving it everything it's got. So here he gets to the steepest little bit of the field, and it's you'll see shortly. I managed to get a little bit lower. It's got the tractor working hard, and it's got a bit of a tilt back as well. And for those of you that haven't watched any of the videos of the George Moate bed tiller being pulled, that weight on the front belongs to Clark's. That's a 2.5 ton weight to counterbalance the machine. If you think how heavy the front of that 410 would be anyway, it needs 2.5 ton on top of that to be able to pull that machine effectively and to be able to pull it through the ground and also transport it on the road. You can see here from this angle that the back tyres are under a lot more pressure than the front. But you can also see there what a great job it's doing as well, and how deep those beds are being formed. And I think back a few years ago when we grew an awful lot of Swedes, it would have been a welcome addition, a George Moate bed tiller, to how we used to form our beds. Although this needs a lot of horsepower, it does do a hell of a job of burying the stones and leaving a nice bed behind. We'll end today's video there. Frustrating day, especially at the start of the day, dealing with some livestock, but yeah, it got better as the day went on. The weather cleared up. Ant did make it out tanking, so that was good. Dad's obviously here working the ground before the Swede drill, and Harry's managed to crack on and get quite a bit more spraying done as well, which is good. Yeah, the weather held out after this morning's showers, so a lot more of the T3s are done. Puts us in a very good position. They'll be finished tomorrow. We'll all be on to maize weed control tomorrow as well, before cereals on Thursday. So a positive day, a slow start and an annoying start, but yeah, picked up come the end of the day. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow trying to bring you something else interesting to watch. Cheers.